For the first time, I called God my father a couple months ago, actually. And I've been saved for a year and a half. It's like a year and a couple months. I got to talk about my experience. We as believers, we have to talk about our experience, not just bringing in word, because that's not going to get somebody to Christ who don't know nothing about God. You got to like show them why. Just showing them scripture. Nobody just want to come in and just start reading the Bible. They want to, like, people want to know that they're getting something from God, and you really are. You're not just getting things after, but you're getting things here as well. So like me, I never knew my father. I talked to him like once. I talked to him twice my whole life. And yeah, I never knew him or nothing like that. But God came in, and for the first time, I called God my father a couple months ago, actually. And I've been saved for a year and a half. It's like a year and a couple months. Yeah, a year and about 6 months or something. Yeah, exactly. A year and 6 months. But for the first time, I called God Father because I experienced him that way. Because he stepped in my life and he's played a role of a father. He stepped in my life and he's been faithful to his word. I've asked him for something, he's done it. Because I mean, that's been a while. Like, it's been a long time. I had to finally understand that when I'm praying to God, I'm not praying just to get something. I'm praying because I want his will to be done. And if anything, I want him to help me get his will done. I want to see his kingdom come to pass. That's why I'm praying to God and really talking to him as a friend, but specifically a father. My experience the first time I called him a father, it was in a time where I've been praying so much. I was praying, I was in my word because I was really trying to know God. Because I didn't know what it meant to know God. I didn't really know what love really was, because God is love. I didn't truly know what it meant. I never experienced it. But at the time, I was just like, God, I want to know you more. I see my brothers like Osiris and Elijah, Lauren, Chloe. I see them getting closer to God. Others as well. Ruth and Esther. I see them getting closer to God, but like, I was like, man, I want some of that for myself. And not like in a bad way, not in a prideful way. It's just like, I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to be bringing people to Christ. I want to be doing things for you. I want to have your kingdom come to pass. I want your will to be done in my life. I want to be everything that you want for me to be. I want to transform my mind. Like, that's what I was going through. So it was a time where I just started praying and reading the word. And I started asking God, and God would show me things. So I'm praying for stuff like, God, can you help me with this? I did a play for the first time, and that was completely stepping out of my role. Like, that's not something even my flesh would want to do. I'm not even somebody who wants to be on the screen or nothing like that. But yeah, I had to step out of my comfort zone, and I did that. But that whole time I was praying, just God help me. I want to do this for you, Father. I pray that this brings someone to Christ. And God was helping me remember these lines. I never had to do nothing like this before ever in my life. So after I did the play and everything, I saw that he was faithful to his word. I asked him for things and he would give them to me. He had them done just like that. So one time in prayer, I'm praying, I just said, Father. And it was just like a big moment for me. Like, it was like in the movies when somebody said the L word, and it's like, whoa, like, it was crazy. For me, it was crazy because I finally recognized him as Father, not just as a God, not just as King or Most High. I didn't see him as just creator of the earth. I saw him as a Father. It really meant something to me because I never called nobody a father in my whole life. Like, no one at all. Never said that. No dad, like none of that. But I actually recognize God as my Father. I seen the things that he's done for me. It's like, I really see you as Father. Like, I can honestly say that I personally have recognized you as Father. And man, that's the God that we serve. That's the God that we serve. He comes in, he fills different voids, like something that might be a weakness for me, something that like used to hurt me, something I used to cry about. God came in and said, no, I'm all that. I'm all that and then some for you. Like, and since then, I recognize him as so much more. But God comes in and he fills those voids, man. He puts away all those other things. Like, you got to really let go. I had to let go of my life and I had to see him for who he was. I'm trying to accept him and experience him for who he is. Because I understand that everything I want just is nothing. But God is everything. But you got to let him become that. You got to let him be that. So yeah, man, that's the first episode of God the Father. We'll have plenty more for sure. I'll try to have people on talking. I have a lot of people with experiences, so hopefully I can have them on. Yeah, it's the first episode. Y'all let me know, let me know what y'all think. Let me know some things that y'all struggle with. Like me, I struggle with music. So that's something I know I'm going to talk about eventually for sure. I know God's going to bring that up. So that's something that he brought me out of. So yeah, y'all let me know. First episode. I'm going to talk to y'all later.